The Indianapolis Colts are currently winless, and their home opener is Sunday against the Chiefs. We definitely don't want to be the first victim of Matt Ryan and a mediocre Colts team. So, Chiefs Kingdom, we're going to give you the 5 keys to victory Monday.
First off, thanks for tuning in today to another All Chiefed Up video. You know we're always going to bring you the best Chiefs content when it comes to news, rumors, and analysis that YouTube has to offer. So let's just jump right in.
Key number 1, we have to withstand their early onslaught. The Colts are going to come out firing because they're pretty pissed off that they've lost the last 2 games. And also, it's the first game in front of their home crowd. Jonathan Taylor's going to come out running with a full head of steam, and Frank Reich is going to let him do it.
Yeah, Frank Reich is a good coach. The Colts are a pretty good team. Matt Ryan wants to get that first dub of the year, but we can't let them do it, man. The Chiefs are too good, and you know this is everybody's Super Bowl, so we just can't do it. We got to bear down and withstand that storm.
And not only is Matt Ryan trying to get his first win of the season, he's also trying to get his first win as a Colt. God knows he wants to get that under his belt because there was all kinds of hype surrounding Matt Ryan going to Indianapolis and making them a competitive team this season.
Yeah, and there's no better team he wants to beat than the best team in the NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's get into key number 2 here. We need to build on that run game. Clyde's had a pretty good season so far. Even Jerick McKinnon looks pretty good. He actually outsnapped Clyde in the game against the Chargers. So these backs need to be efficient. We need to allow our offensive line to do what they do best, and that's to be run game bullies. And we need to establish that run early and stick with it. I know it's hard with Andy Reid to stick with a run game, but we have to do that. I'd love to see Clyde go for at least 75 yards on the ground, and McKinnon or Pacheco, or even better, both of them, to get at least 40 extra yards for us apiece.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Clyde Edwards-Helaire get 25 carries, but we're never going to see that under Andy Reid, so it's probably a pipe dream. But I feel like that could really establish a run game, get him in a tempo, and he's been chunking off some big plays this season so far.
Yeah, I agree. And I think just by establishing a run game, getting Clyde 25 carries, maybe getting Pacheco 5 to 6 carries, getting McKinnon 5 to 6 carries, all that run game is going to take the air out of that home crowd and limit Matt Ryan's possessions.
Key number 3, we have to get the playmakers involved. We're in an indoor stadium on the turf. We can utilize our speed. McCole Hardman, MVS. I mean, let's even get Juju involved because we brought Juju and MVS onto this team for a reason. Let's let them get out there and eat a little bit. I'd like to see some more high-flying stuff. The offense has been a little vanilla so far, and this might be the game to open it up a little.
Yeah, so in our last video, we actually done a film breakdown of Juju, and they only have him running really short routes. On the routes he actually ran further, he was open on 50% of those. So I'd love to see Mahomes getting Juju involved a little more. I'd love to see him utilize that run game we talked about in key number 2 and some of that short passing game, as some of our fans have actually talked about. And maybe that'll open up MVS to get over the top a little bit. Also, Sky Moore. We drafted this guy in the second round, and he's an elite athlete. He actually only took 3% of the snaps against the Chargers on last Thursday night, and he ran 0 routes. How are you going to take a guy with his elite athleticism and let him run 0 routes? That's punishing Patrick Mahomes.
Andy Reid was actually asked this question in his last presser, and the only thing he had to say was he will get a little bit more each week.
That's not good enough, Andy. Come on. Key number 4, replacing Willie Gay is going to be very important this week. We know he got a 4-game suspension, and it's going to be tough to replace his speed and agility because he was all over the field against the Chargers. Andy actually said in his presser today that Leo wouldn't be replacing him. He was going to keep him on the strong side, and they fully expect Darius Harris to step up and play Willie's role. Harris did look good in the preseason against the Packers. He single-handedly stopped an entire drive with 3 straight big plays. I think he has the potential to be huge for us over the next 4 weeks while Willie's gone, but this week has to set the tone.
Yeah, I think Darius Harris has to get out there and seize this opportunity to show the world what he can do. While Willie Gay's out, if he can come in and stop people like Jonathan Taylor, he's going to make a name for himself pretty quick.
Yeah, Darius Harris made this roster last year. He knows the system. I think this is his time to step up and shine a little bit for us.
Key number 5, and probably the most important key to get into Victory Monday, is going to be to stop Indy's playmakers. They have 2 in particular that we need to focus on. That's Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman.
Speaking of stopping Jonathan Taylor, I think we specifically need to look to Nick Bolton to shut down this run game. If he can keep Jonathan Taylor under 100 yards on the day, that's going to force Matt Ryan to beat us. Also, if we stop Michael Pittman on the back end, Matt Ryan is going to have to beat us with his second and third options, and that's going to be really hard for him to do.
Yeah, so Pittman actually practiced today. He's coming off of an injury, and they say he's hopeful to play on Sunday. If he's not out there, then you can solely focus on Jonathan Taylor. But if he's out there on the field, you have to respect the passing game.
Yeah, so if they can shut down Michael Pittman or he was to not be able to play, their number 2 is Alec Pierce, a rookie, but he was actually injured last week and didn't play. So if he don't get on the field, it's now down to just Paris Campbell. So I believe Snead and Fenton need to have big games. Even Jaylen Watson needs to have a big game. Sometimes big games and big plays are followed by big letdowns. And Jaylen Watson had a ginormous 99-yard touchdown return. Don't let this be a game where it's a letdown, Jaylen. Like, go out there and keep building on what you did. I think if we can force Matt Ryan to use his second and third options for most of the day, we should be able to hold that offense to under 27 points easily. And I believe our offense shouldn't have a problem getting over 27 at all. We should do that by the third quarter.
Yeah, I have no fear of Jaylen Watson coming out and having a letdown game after his success against the Chargers. I think that little taste is going to be enough for him to build on top of it. He's got a great attitude and a good work ethic. So I think he's going to come out and have another good week. And if he's playing these mediocre wide receivers, I think he can really do well.
So is it safe to say, Steve, that you're now Jaylen Watson's number 1 fan?
I'm probably up there. I'm not going to lie, though, for real. I did watch some of his pressers and stuff, and I was like, man, this guy's so likable. Like, maybe
he's
if I
super likable, man.
maybe if I knew him more before I assessed his college game footage, I might have put that into factor and made him sound a little better.
But you can't do that. Like, you have to be unbiased. You can't just like a guy and then rate him higher.
I'm glad he proved me wrong, though. I mean, I'm not saying I was completely wrong about his game tape, but I think he's definitely improved and got out there and done what he has to do to be a really good player. I mean, he's obviously on this team and just made a 99-yard pick six to win a divisional game. So, I mean, the guy's on the right track.
Dude, he's a stud. But yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up for our top 5 keys. If you have a key you think we missed, or you agree with us, or you don't agree with us, let us know down in the comments.
All right, Mike, let's go ahead and make our predictions for Sunday's game against the Colts. What do you got for me?
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and say the Chiefs go ahead and pull out a closer victory, but they do get the victory, 27-21. I'm going to give the MVP to my boy, Nick Bolton. I think he's going to have at least double-digit tackles. I don't know if he'll get a sack, but he will have double-digit tackles, and he will keep Jonathan Taylor under 100 yards. It may be 99.9, but it's going to be under 100 yards.
All right, I got the Chiefs taking down the Colts 38-17. I think Juju finally has his breakout game with the Chiefs, scores 2 touchdowns, and gets that MVP.
I like that. I really want Juju to do well. I like Juju. He's likable. We got to get him involved a little bit, man. Patrick, look at Juju sometimes, bro.
So if you think the Chiefs can roll to 3-0 over the Colts, make sure to smash that like button right now. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead, hit that subscribe button right now. We're trying to get to 5K before the season ends, and we're going to need your help. Please share the videos with your friends, family, other Chiefs fans on your social media. Anything helps. Hit the bell so you get notifications when we come out with new content. And any super thanks over $4.99, and we're going to send you out a keychain and some stickers.
And if you can't find our video because YouTube keeps burying us in the depths of hell, go ahead and don't lose hope. Just go click your little sub button and scroll down and find our video.
As always, we appreciate you coming back and watching all of our videos, getting down in the comments, talking football with us. Mike, what do you got left for Chiefs Kingdom today?
Not a lot. I just want to get that 3-0. I want to get there. So let's beat the Colts this weekend. Go Chiefs. See you guys.
There goes a sight from my soul.